Treng ba ka jela kon ke sangma ola pentip ba ka Donkam ke jing aji Hikai ru ye ke MLA Khasi berkaro bagin nang man Kren ikitin Khasi berkaro nol ka pareng haba juba je ya ke jingkli hapo ke ying do batau an mata ka sngi u Conrad ong ba ka soka ka rai ru ban pendung ye ke jing Hikai ikitin Khasi berkaro hakis skru nduk mata usnem kenang ba kan penlong ye ke kena ban sutu ba ban Kren ya kini ikitin ban wanra ke jinglong ka wai haka jela ha kawai kaliang umtrang ba au pentip tu ba ka soka ka ala ban thau kam hadu lais lak rup ru hajal lemba ki pukram ki ba pentrikam ka soka hadu menta ula ong ba ka jela me khaya ka dik bilang samla ka ba khat pra lak ngut ki sam kinong song sinong ki dei ki samla ya kani waju bab ha ro ka jingkli bo wan ra ru MLA Mizanul Kasi hapo ging do ba thau an menta ka sngi Treng ba long ro bak soka ka amang si spa so pho krul tengka skim focus ha ka ba layo jing mutoi hadu af a haja san spa teli ki progressive groups but al lakshi tengut ki breu wat ha ka focus plus ka amang si spa afway krul but ka ajing mutoi si laksan pho haja ngut ki breu
But I can understand the concerns of the Honorable MLA. So, number one, the associate official languages of Meghalaya, which is Khasi and Garo, is something that this government is committed to ensure that we are able to promote it, and we're able to ensure that it is used as much as possible, and we want to ensure that every citizen of the state must learn Khasi and Garo. So it is with this objective in mind, the objective that is purely born out of the fact that we are very, very proud of our mother tongue and that we want to promote it. So with that objective, sir, we have come out with the program and rather the policy where we have made language proficiency in Garo Hills is Garo and in Khasi Jayante is Khasi. That individuals applying in DSC post must have knowledge of the local language. And it is only natural, sir. Because once the people start working in the office, they will have to deal with the majority of the population. And if they cannot speak Garo or if they cannot speak Khasi, it will definitely affect the services being provided to the people. So that's the real objective. It's not to marginalize anybody. So with that, sir, we have started having the proficiency or the language requirement. Just to also share with the House, sir, this is basically a requirement in terms of the individual having to at least know the language. This is not going to be an exam where we are going to test the literature or the writing capacity or different aspects of, very high academic aspects of Khasi or Garo language. It's not going to go into that. The idea is to only ensure that basic proficiency, basic understanding and being able to speak and communicate in Khasi or in Garo is there. So that's really what the mandate is. So therefore, it's not going to be something that any of our people should be worried about. Except if there are people coming from outside the state who don't know the language, so this is also preventing all of that aspects. So most of the people I know in West Garo Hills, I have lot of friends. I contested in Selsala. I'm familiar with the entire belt of Rajabala, Haripur, Namabila, Shilkata, Chor Kacharipara. All of these places are familiar to me, sir. All of them speak Garo. Everybody speaks Garo. So there is no problem at all is what I wanted to say. Coming to the second point, sir, is very important. I agree. And you must be also aware, sir, that the government has taken the decision in the recent cabinet meeting we had, where we're making it mandatory for Khasi and Garo to be learned and taught up to a certain level in the lower primary school, up to a certain level where at least our children should be able to, say a child comes from Garo Hills, he or she should be able to then at least understand and communicate in Khasi and and understand what the language is. Similarly, from Khasi Hills also, when they go to Garo Hills, they should be able to at least understand So that is being done at the grassroots level, and we have designed the textbooks in such a friendly manner that the same textbook has got the English version, the Khasi and the Garo version. So therefore, it's a very simple, it's not again, as I said, going to hardcore literature or different subjects of the language, but just basic knowledge to be able to communicate in that language. And sir, I had a discussion with you, if you remember, and I had also urged you, sir, that it would also be nice if we can have some classes for our honorable MLAs also, so that we can at least have some kind of a crash course for 10 days, 5 days, 15 days, 20 days, or some system through the assembly where our MLAs from Garo Hills could also learn Khasi, at least to be able to communicate, and our friends and brothers from Khasi Hills also could learn a bit of Garo. I think this would be very, very positive. It would send a very good message, and it would show the fact that we are not just forcing others to do it, but we are also leading from the front, sir. So that is what the objective is. Let me assure all our members that this particular examination and proficiency is being done from the objective of ensuring that whoever goes for a government job must speak the associate official language. It is a must, sir. Without that, you will be not doing justice to the people. And as I said, it is a proficiency in terms of just language, knowledge, and be able to speak the language. It's not a very tough exam or subject which will be looking at details of subjects and literatures of Khasi and Garo, sir. Just basics, communication in these languages. Come to a conclusion saying that the policies are failure would not be correct. So there are 2-3 points that I'd like to mention here. Number one, sir, if you look at the numbers, both the agencies, of course, there has been a slight increase according to both, but the numbers of both the agencies differ quite a bit, sir. Almost 3% difference is there. So therefore, sir, numbers, of course, surveys are done, but these are always surveys that are done at the basis of the kind of sample size that they collect. So it can differ, sir. That's number one. Number two, so the programs that we have had, and of course, as per the RBI norms, so we have mentioned in the last few days, I have mentioned to the House, that approximately 3.6 lakh job opportunities have been created because of the interventions that we made. Maybe the numbers could have been higher if we had not started these programs. Have these programs achieved the full goal that we would want? Maybe not, sir. Does more need to be done? Maybe yes, sir. So it's a process we are following, but we are very sure that we are on the right track. We are very sure that the work that we're doing is having an impact. As I mentioned, sir, about 3.66 lakh job opportunities have been created in the past. And also, sir, we also have to note that the population in Meghalaya is very much a young population. So compared to most of the other states in the country, and looking at the national average also, Meghalaya is much younger than the rest of the country. We have 50% of our population which is below the age of 20. So that's a large number, so about 18 lakh youths are there in that number. So these kind of multiple challenges are there. I'm not giving an excuse, of course, but realizing these challenges, we have realized the need to have more and more such programs. Sir, I can give the full details of all the impacts that have been made at the grassroots level, whether it's through the CM Assure program, whether it's through the Ginger Mission, how many farmers have been impacted, whether through Mushroom Mission, through Floriculture Mission. So all these numbers are there, the number of beneficiaries who are there, so on and so forth, sir. So we have a very, very strong mechanism to see what the impact has been. And to conclude, sir, that the processes and the programs we have started are having the desired impact. More needs to be done. We are accelerating it. There's a reason why we are pushing more investments in the private sector to ensure that more jobs are created. And we're very sure, sir, that we'll be able to reduce the numbers in the days to come. Of course, these are challenges, and it's not Meghalaya alone. Every state has the challenge of unemployment because India is a young country. But we are sure that these schemes that we have started is showing results and will have more impact in the days to come.